boy Detroit Lenny. He always coming through with some fire picks for me. Y'all sub to the channel. Like, share, follow. Bet, win, repeat. Bet, win, repeat. 16 parlay from Lenny, I'm on my feet. I just bet Detroit beat the Yankees in a sweep. The bookie on the ropes, we cashing out all week. I just bet the under first 5, watch me go. Started from the bottom, coming tune into the show. Shout out to my day ones who helped the channel grow. We only do withdrawals, we don't deposit no more. Hey, shout out to my boy Detroit Lenny. He always coming through with some fire picks for me. Y'all sub to the channel. Like, share, follow. I just hit my hockey bet, the bookie on thin ice. Lenny told me bet it, so I went and bet it twice. It take money to make money, my account is looking nice. NBA, NFL, and college on the net, I'm about to. Shout out to my boy Detroit Lenny. He always coming through with some fire picks for me. Y'all sub to the channel. Like, share, follow.
Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with another episode of the Bet Win Repeat Show. It is Friday. It is September 15th. It is Football Friday, so we know what that means. We're going to have Nick and Tim Earl here on the Bet Win Repeat Show for today's episode. Don't forget, if you are into contest page is where it's at, the Facebook contest page, facebook.com/group/Picks and Parlay contest. The new NFL contest, week 2 of the NFL contest is out. The lines are up. It is pinned at the top of the Facebook page. I know today's cut day on the monthly contest. I know I haven't posted records. I know I will be doing those shortly, probably after this show. But check all that out. The weekly contest, we'll go over that. I'll bring in the numbers because that's how I get Nick and Tim to join, is I got to show them, make them do it on the show Fridays. So that's what we have to do. So don't forget, promo code scroll at picksandparlays.net is still NCAAF. Save you 20% off the other any premium handicappers over at Picks and Parlays, specifically these two knuckleheads, Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. Hi, gentlemen. What's happening?
Hello, Leonard.
Let's get everybody in the right spot. How's it going? How's Friday treating you? I'm going to share us out here because I forgot to do that.
Can't complain so far. Just a bunch of Counter-Strike betting this morning, so it is what it is. And we get an MLB card. We got one play in college football tonight and some WNBA playoffs.
Okay.
Nothing crazy though.
No MLB?
We have 2 plays on the site for MLB today.
Okay.
We're kind of lowering our volume with MLB.
I understand that. I am the same way right now. Like, I mean, I try to treat it as, I try to stay under the motto of, like, you know, I have so much. Here's my amount I have. Here's my bankroll today on a daily basis. And if there's a lot of football going on, obviously on the weekend, you don't see a lot of baseball from me at all.
No, you won't.
But what else going on? What did you think of that Thursday night game last night? I know you guys were busy, so I
didn't watch a single minute of it. All I know is that the Vikings covered 6.5.
It's true story. That happened.
True story. Although my capper contest, it was a 6, so I ended up getting a push, which was whatever.
Did you end up taking them in that?
Yes, I did. Yes,
I know you talked about that yesterday. We did a free pick video on some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did take the Vikings yesterday. Plus,
I had them at 7.5 early in the week, so that was
plus 6 for the contest.
Yeah. I was on the Eagles and teaser, which didn't cash because I had the under. But
it was the first primetime game to go over.
Yeah,
but the first half under hit, so I split out on the unders there.
We cashed some live bets. We're 3-0 in the year in Bet Win Repeat After Dark show for the year. Week 1, we took Lions money line at halftime. I get it was a homer play, but we're counting that shit as a win. It was a win. We're counting it in the records. Week 2, we took the Eagles third quarter money line and also minus a half. The half was plus 120. The money line was like minus 130. So we cashed both of those. So we're making money on Thursday nights, which is always great to hear. Second.
That's good to hear. Good work, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Davis was in the chat. Davis was dropping bombs. He was there, as always. Julie, we missed you last night, Julie. We understand. No, people have, obligations outside of the show. Thursday night
Responsibilities.
You get one freebie all year. So you guys used it yesterday. Julie used it yesterday.
That's fair.
You get one freebie.
One freebie. All right, I'll make it count.
After that, you better, exactly. You better come with the heat next week. Can't leave me with Terry and Cam. It was like watching beer get warm. It was, No, I'm just messing.
No, come on.
I'm just messing with you. Well, I had a good time with both those.
It's going to be ugly anyway, so.
I know.
I don't want to watch the next game. I really don't.
Yeah, you already told me who this is, and I already forgot.
The Giants
and the Niners. Oh, come on,
be
Nick.
ugly. I want nothing to do with. I'll bet the under.
What happens if the Giants come out? What happens if the Giants come out this week and dominate the Cardinals?
So do what they're supposed to do?
Yes.
They're supposed to win this game.
Okay. EQ says Lenny must be psyched about the Lions this season. Oh, a little bit. I mean, I'm trying not to get like 12-year-old schoolgirl. But I know I'm trying so hard not to do that. But I'll be like that. I'll be like that on Sundays. Listen, I'm excited because it's first Sunday. I feel like I'm behind. Everybody else got to watch football, and I got to watch my Lions on Thursday night with all of you, and it was great. And but I don't want to. I want to go to the bar and get degenerately drunk and throw some money in a video poker machine and watch my Lions. I want, and I haven't been able to do that yet. So I get to do that this Sunday coming up. So I'm excited. And some friends of ours, friend of the program, Katie, our friend Katie Marshall, or Buffalino now. She's married. I apologize. Katie Buffalino taught us Canva and stuff like that. Now she's also a Seahawks fan. So she's going to come to said bar where I'm watching the game at and watch the game with me and watch her
watch Seattle lose but cover the 5.5.
Watch them get embarrassed. I'm trying to work a trade because she also has quarterbacks on her fantasy roster that I would enjoy having on mine. And considering Aaron Rodgers went down for me week 1, I'm left with Kenny Pickett. And,
that's rough because Pittsburgh's awful.
Listen, I was really high on Pittsburgh, and I'm not willing to throw the tank. I'm not willing to throw it away on Pittsburgh yet. It's been week 1. I'm not overreacting and saying they're terrible, but
terrible. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Just terrible.
It is rather
terrible.
It kind of, yeah. So I have Kenny Pickett and then nothing. I picked up Matt Stafford off of a waiver wire, but
I think Matthew Stafford's going to be solid. I think he's going to be your pack to Stafford again. So
yeah, but he's not going to be.
And when they win outright against the 49ers this weekend, it could be an interesting situation for Stafford.
Yeah, but he's not going to. He's not going to be a fantasy stud. And that's the conversation here that I'm looking for. And Katie has Tua on her roster, which, if you believe Tua is going to stay healthy, then shit, who else are you going to start?
Tua's been fantastic. Although New England wins Sunday Night Football.
But she also has this quarterback who I consider a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Jordan Love.
No.
Zach Wilson.
I hate you.
Daniel Jones.
No. And I think he's going to be an okay fantasy quarterback as well. Probably a better Matthew Stafford, in my opinion. And he plays for the same Detroit Lions that I am currently actively a fan of. I like Jared Goff. And I would trade. I'm trying to trade. Here's the trade I offered. I offered Matt Stafford for Jared Goff. I also offered her a pick of my run. She needs a running back as well, or no, wide receiver and or running back. I told her to pick anybody else if she wants somebody from my bench. All the players are available. But I also offered her many shots and many beers on Sunday in condolence of the Lions beating. You don't want a quarterback on your roster that just beat your team? Give me Jared Goff. I'll take him off your hands. So I offered to get her drunk and trade her a serviceable Matthew Stafford. I think it's a reasonable trade. Her husband's said no.
I would hold on to Goff.
Oh, don't listen to Tim. I mean, come on.
Do not accept his trade.
I'm gonna bring. Hold on. This is my ploy on Sunday. I'm going to bring Matt Stafford with me. I don't know why he's holding keys, but that's so I don't lose these keys to some storage unit somewhere. I'm going to bring Matt Stafford with me, and I'm going to be like, oh, now you can own your fantasy quarterback, also a mini version of him. Boom. Take him. And she's going to be like, oh, that's perfect. Leonard, thank you. Let me buy you a shot and a beer. And I'm going to be like, oh, great. And then, okay. And then it's going to win. I played it out in my head. So, obviously.
Stop it.
Fuck you guys.
You made it 11 minutes. Good job, Lenny.
Yeah, I don't care. It was deserved. Craig said I could say the F word if it's deserved. So.
Would this also count as deserved?
Go, Pat, go. I'm not even going to delete it because I won on that pick on last week. So
did I.
Oh, yeah. And it was a circle play.
I think Davis is throwing some fighting words at you, Lenny.
Nah, he's been in this chat last night. He was every other comment was Washington plus or minus 17. I get it. He's on Washington.
Go green. Go white. Outright. Michigan State
16.5 and money line plus 580. I've already bet both.
Sparty party.
You guys ain't gonna talk me into it.
Sparty.
Go green, go white all day, all night.
And outright.
Yeah, all day, all night, and outright.
So do we want to touch on the circle lines?
No.
Yeah. Hold on.
And give our contest picks out. I locked in my contest picks last night. I was kind of bouncing back and forth between a few picks, and then I finally settled on what I liked.
But I got a better graphic, so this way, because this is the graphic that you guys are going to see on the Picks and Parlay contest page. So pick from there. 1 second. Ba-da. It's all colorful and shit.
Wow.
Well, there's your options for Bet Win Repeat contest. The one Monday night game, there's 2 Monday night games. So instead of taking the Thursday night game away from everybody and the Monday night game, 2 Monday night games, I'm going to leave the Saints Panthers on there. The tiebreaker score is the Cleveland Steeler game. That's the late Monday night game. So pick a tiebreaker between those. I already think I got this figured out. I already think this is a locked up situation.
I already got all my plays locked in. So
yeah.
Obviously, I had to because I had Minnesota last night.
Let me give you Cam Ross's plays. Or, well, you guys give us. Because I made him do this. I should have made Terry, but it was after Terry left. Chargers, Bucks, Packers, Dolphins, Lions.
Sorry, Hans, slow down. Chargers.
Bucks.
Okay, yeah.
Packers.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
No.
Lions.
No.
You're correct. But that's it. And I made him pick a 5th one. And Lions were his 5th one, just for the record. But I kind of went through this, took a screen somewhere. I took a pick.
I have submitted my picks.
I took a pick of that. I have Bucks, Packers.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Lions, Chargers. But after consideration with my cousin who's in my Circa contest with me, he actually I send him the lines from Circa, and then he sends me like his top ones he likes right out the rip, and I send him that on Thursday, and then we kind of talk about it on Friday and put our picks in on Saturday. he liked the Titans, so we're taking the Chargers Titans off because we disagree on that. So that's just there's no explanation. He talked me into the Dolphins pick, and he's right. Until Tua goes down, the Dolphins are a cover. I think they win.
I like the Pats.
Ignore my thing right now. I'm editing it because I accidentally hit the enter button and it submitted it. Because normally I press enter and it goes down a line.
What?
There you go. But yeah, I've already put my plays into the Cappers contest. And this is what I landed on. Chiefs -3. I got it at 2.5 earlier in the week, but the contest is at 3. I'm glad it's not at 3.5. I wouldn't have played them at 3.5.
Me neither.
Bengals -3.5. I'm fine with that one. I think they win by a touchdown. I'm looking for a bounce back performance for Joe Burrow. And this is going to be a trend that you're going to see with teams for me this week that I bet I'm looking for teams who look like crap last week. Teams that lost by double digits, teams that the public can overreact about this next week. So that's kind of like the first 3 picks here. Chiefs, Bengals, Giants. Giants just got their ass kicked 40-0, and now they travel and play the worst team in the NFL. I like them to bounce back in this spot. I got them first half full game. And then Rams +7.5. I think that's just too many points. And then the Jets +8.5. That's a massive overreaction for that one as well. Here.
I worry those last 2 picks you have, the Jets and the Giants. I'm a fan of the Giants pick. We talked about this kind of off camera prior to it, and I like the Giants here. I just want to see what they do against it. Now, here's where I'll really see who the Giants are, because they are a better team than the Arizona Cardinals. They're probably more of a touchdown, probably a 10-point favorite. On paper, the Giants are better than the Arizona Cardinals. Being at 4.5 makes sense, though, because of the lackluster week 1 performance. But to be honest with you,
a Arizona team that actually covered versus Washington.
Right. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
I put mine in as well. Although I switched out Minnesota and put Green Bay in because obviously I couldn't use a Thursday night game.
Yes.
I put Green Bay in, Cincinnati, Kansas City, the Jets, and New England. And New England's probably my favorite play of the week.
Really, I don't like that at all.
That's fine.
Because it's not. Because here's my thoughts on that, real quick. New England almost they played a tough game against Philly. Game.
It's not as much the New England side. Look what Miami did.
They played a tough game and barely beat Chargers.
There's so much hype on Miami because they went into LA. A lot of people like LA, and they won, and Tua threw for 400-something yards, and all of a sudden he goes from 4th or 5th in MVP odds to favorite in 1 week. And then they have to travel across the country to play in New England.
Looks like sharp money's on New England as well. 42% of the tickets, 70% of the cash, 28% and 57% is on the money line for New England. So
New England.
I think the one thing that kept me off New England as a contest pick is the fact that it's a 2.5. And I know you like 2.5 or whatever like that. But when it comes to contests, I want the better of the numbers. I understand these lines, whatever. But because if Chiefs came out at 3.5, I wouldn't have played the Chiefs. Just like last week, I wanted the Giants at 3.5. They went down. They opened them up as a 3 for the contest. I didn't play it. So I approach contests a little bit differently than actual betting itself, because I need the specific numbers. And by the way, since he's a 3.5, they're not a 3. And the 2.5 number kept me off the Pats, and it kept me off the Bears as well. And I think I'm against both of you because I know Tim likes the Bucks. And I think Lenny, you said that you like the Bucks as well.
I got the Bucks coming into the year.
I got the Bears +3 and Bears money line this week. Following the trend of teams
the second worst team in the league.
Yeah, backing teams that lost by double digits week 1. The only team that lost by double digits that I can't back week 1, that lost week 1 by double digits, is because they're playing another team that lost by double digits in week 1. That's the Colts-Texans matchup. So that's the only double-digit team, or the team that lost by double digits week 1 that I can't back. The other ones, I'm on the Bears already. I'm on the Bengals already. I'm on the Giants already. I'm going to be on the I think I'm going to land on the Panthers as well. And I like the Seahawks.
See,
I like the
I
Panthers as well.
kind of dig the Saints, but I don't like the 3. Like, I mean, I just don't. I don't like. I feel better at 2.5. But I might buy the hook and just do something like that because I rookie quarterback. I'm still gonna take. I'm gonna take my time there. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what's his name? Derek Carr's the second coming to Jesus down there in Saints country, but I do think that I think the Saints are a better overall team than the Carolina Panthers. I wish that I got a little bit better of a number there.
I think at the end of the week, the Bucks are going to be first place in the division.
I like the Panthers +3 on Monday night. I'm looking at that. I like both dogs Monday night. Or Sunday night. No, that's Monday night. Monday night, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 Monday night games.
Oh, the Steelers are the other one. I like the
Steelers
Steelers.
are the other one. That's the one you have to put a total in. EQ says no way Patriots beat the Dolphins, Tim.
No way.
Davis.
No, hey.
No chance.
I already put it in. I already bet the bet. You don't have to convince me otherwise.
Yeah, right. +2 a lead, week 1 passing yards. It's week 1. I'm not putting any weight in those.
That's a week 1. Also, I believe that was one of the bigger overreaction lines because let me get up what it was before the season started because I had Higgs send me the Superbook preseason lines, and this is something I was looking at as well of teams that because of week 1. Now the Jets, you can exclude the Jets from this conversation because they had an injury, so that makes sense. But there were some big line moves from week 1 to from preseason before week 1 started to after week 1 for here, based on what happened week 1. When we look at it, Carolina, New Orleans was a pick'em, and now it's a 3 because Carolina lost by double digits. That was one of them. The Bears preseason were 2-point favorites against the Buccaneers. The Bucs beat the Vikings outright, and the Bears look like crap. And now it's +2.5 the opposite way.
The only thing, real quick, the only thing with that game is I see less value in a line that goes through 0 because they go from a dog to a favorite. That's the only thing. If it goes from like the Jets game, if it goes from 3.5 to 8.5, that might be a little bit of a different story than a team that goes from +2.5 to -2.5 because it's still within a field goal.
Yeah. Also, a couple other of those games that moved. Cleveland preseason was a +1. Now they are a -2.5, a 3.5. I know once again it moves through 0. It's still a line move, is what I'm looking at. Just because teams look bad in week 1, they go from the favorite to a dog. Another one here was I have to find it. Oh, here's an overreaction. San Fran, they go and they blow out Pittsburgh. Preseason, they were a 5-point favorite against the Rams. Now they're 7.5, 8. I got 7.5 with the Rams.
The Rams won, so shouldn't the overreaction be towards the Rams?
I mean, when it's moved 2.5 points against them, no.
Well, no. In theory, if you were watching the 2 games, if you were watching the 2 games and then you're like, okay, the line opened up at a 5, all of a sudden you're thinking, all right, maybe we might be looking at Rams 4.5.
Well, no, because the Niners look very impressive against a team that everybody loves in the Steelers.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
And then the final one was Detroit opened up at a 2.5, 3. Actually, it was a -3 preseason. And Detroit beats KC. Seattle gets blown out by the Rams, and we're seeing 5s. So I'm interested in the Seahawks.
I see the line. I'll use the line movement from week to week, but preseason lines for week 2 football are kind of,
yes and no, but it is the line move. It does show the line movement. All I'm seeing is line value. I see line value when the lines move 3-4 points. There's no way I'm backing the Bucs this week. There's no chance I'm backing the Cowboys at 8.5. There's no chance I'm backing the Lions at 5. There's no chance I'm laying the points with the Saints at 3 when you could have gotten a pick them. I know nobody bets games preseason for week 2. But I'm just looking at that direction where I don't want to bet a line that was 4 points different in preseason.
No, that's
now
fair.
now
That's
week
fair.
4, week 5, week 6, I can understand that a little bit more
Right,
when we know more about these teams. But one game has been played by these teams.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
I'm on the Chiefs, Bengals, Giants, Rams, and Jets for this week.
so
I got the Jets at 10.
Now that's good. I bet the Lions last Friday when Higgs came in here and told me to. I had already bet the Lions money line. I got a -2.5. It's now I've seen it up to 5.5 now.
And I think, as crazy as it sounds,
happy it's under 5.
Ready, Lenny?
Yeah.
Although you have not seen this that often, at this point, those lines are going to middle. The Lions are going to win by 3.
Hold on, my DoorDash person just got here.
There you go. Did you make sure you tip the DoorDash driver?
I'm gonna give her a big tip later.
All righty then.
Might get the whole thing, you act right. So it's Friday, folks. I've been good all week.
But I will give out one real quick snippet with the NFL. If you like a dog, bet their money line. If you like a favorite, bet them on the spread. So far, there's been 17 games in the regular season, 14-3. 14 games out of the 17, the spread has not mattered. Has not mattered because either the dog win outright or the favorite wins and covers. Only games that go against that, well, you had Thursday night, the Vikings covered, and the Eagles won. And then week 1, you had the Tennessee Titans who lost but covered, and the Cardinals who lost but covered. So if you like a dog, take them outright.
Why is nobody like the Bills? Me included.
I like them first quarter, half.
I like the Bills.
The first quarter line to come out.
Bills are up on the site for us. I almost had the Bills as a contest pick. I think that's going to be a 17 to 20 point game.
Okay.
Oh, the Bills have become a good teaser piece too, because you can get them in an 8.
They're a great teaser piece. So here's my as much as I take what you guys both said, like Nick, I am all over your line movement thing. Love it. My fault where I find in it is the teams I disagreed with those lines preseason, where I disagreed with the evaluation of certain teams. Like I think the Bears are going to give the Cardinals a run for their money as the worst team in football. So that's why I'm on the Bucks personally, is because I would have been on the Bucks 2 weeks ago when I saw this matchup, no matter what the line is, because I think that they're that much better than the Bears team. So I
got the Bears at 3, but
I will say,
you know what I mean?
That's
exactly
the only
that's the only reason I disagree with certain parts of that is because of where I valued those teams before before the line movement kind of situation. So that's why I love the Bucks.
And Lenny, I'm in the same exact boat. So this week we backed every single team, or I backed every single team that didn't cover versus a team that did, besides 2. I like the Bucks this week because I thought the Bears were going to be garbage and the Bucks were going to be good.
Right.
And I'm backing the Browns because I have the Browns to win the division. I think they're going to be a good team. I do not think the Steelers are going to be a good team.
See,
I don't.
We're opposite of that. I think the Steelers are, Browns won't. So we'll find that out on Monday.
But that's just me. I am not a fan of the Steelers. I think they have a lot of they need to grow. They need to mature a little bit. Kenny Pickett's not going to be it right off the rip. And they're going to have a lot of learning curves and learning pains in this offense system and everything. I know it's Tomlin. He hasn't had a under 500 season since joining the Steelers.
All streaks must die at some point.
All streaks must die. I think this year the streak's going to die. I think that the Steelers are not going to be good this year.
I want to back.
I think that's an overreaction.
I want to
Nick, one thing with the Steelers,
preseason.
One thing with the Steelers, I still think they're a 9-win football team.
No,
personally,
yeah.
And I know everybody looks at that last game and thinks that the Steelers are bad. No.
The Niners are good.
The 49ers are that good. The 49ers were a team that I was looking at to win the Super Bowl preseason.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me is their schedule this year. Other than that, this 49ers team is the best team in football. And if you have your power rankings otherwise, you're wrong.
They're the best team in the NFC.
They're for sure the best team. And have you seen a less impressive 2-0 start than the Philadelphia Eagles so far?
No.
Yeah. I agree.
Although last game, I looked at this. Their offense looked good against Minnesota, but whose offense doesn't look good against Minnesota?
We were talking about this last night on the show with Cam. I'm like, dude, here's the secret to beat the Minnesota Vikings. It has been for the last 5 years.
Run the ball.
Run the ball right up the middle. Between the tackles, up the middle, off center left, off center right, off center left.
And here's the thing I vastly underestimated with the Vikings this year. Because I thought the Vikings were going to compete to win their division this year. One thing I was really, really wrong about, this team can't run the football.
No.
Their O-line is terrible, and Madison is so bad.
They wanted to talk about how the departure of Dalvin Cook was not going to matter too much to them.
It has. And I'm somebody in the camp that says running backs don't matter.
Yeah.
I think it's more the offensive line for the Vikings more than it is.
They can't. They can't push. They can hold. And if you've ever played football or know what I mean when I say that, if you're an offensive lineman that can push and not hold, you pass block or you pass rush or you run block. So he can push, but when the pass comes, he can't hold. So certain linemen are able to do that. Some can do both, and those are your Pro Bowlers that can push you for a run block and hold you on a pass block. But the Minnesota offensive line is all hold, no push. And they're not pushing the line nowhere. They're not moving that line. And by line, I mean the line of scrimmage, not the numbers. But I think I'm going to put my contest picks in right now for the Picks and Parlay contest. And I'm going to stay. I can't believe I'm starting with the Packers, but whatever.
The Packers worry me this week.
They worry the shit.
I did not bet the Packers.
I liked Atlanta.
I don't.
I don't. The line move is, I believe. Let me recheck it. I believe the line move was screaming that the Falcons are very live this week. I have to go back and look at the line movement again in the markets, but I have a feeling that game is Falcons or nothing for me personally.
That's another thing, Nick, is what was that line preseason? Real quick, Green Bay and Atlanta.
That was Atlanta. Atlanta -1.
And now it's okay. It stayed the same.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are way too hyped up on the Falcons.
And it reopened Monday or Sunday night at Packers -1. So the line moved 2 points through the zero.
It's been up
through zero. It doesn't matter. A -1 to a +1.
It's gone up.
Doesn't matter.
It's gone up to a 1.5. They reopened it at +1 for the Falcons on Sunday night, and now it's moved 2.5 points towards the Falcons at 1.5. I'm very tempted to take the Falcons money line in this game. I really am, and I love the Packers this year. I really do.
Yeah, see,
but this game is Falcons or nothing for me personally.
I'm just gonna. When it comes to that game, I'm just gonna listen to Lenny.
Go Pack, go!
Motherfucker. Sorry, I'm gonna keep using that clip. I love that clip.
I haven't deleted it. I'm a big boy. Listen, we're just gonna get this rant out of the way. There's no fucking way the Lions lose to Seattle. Now, whether they cover this 4.5, that can yet to be determined. But there's no way.
I don't think they cover. We
There's
got
no
5.5.
at the end of the day,
we got
the Lions record doesn't reflect.
I got in a little too late. I just bet it like a little. I think right before the show, I bet it. I got the Seahawks at 4.5 and the Seahawks at +185.
I understand. First of all, I'm a subscriber to that theory about line movement, like we talked about earlier, Nick Earl. I'm a subscriber. I bet I'm down with that. And I know that's how this feels right now because it moved and whatever and this and that and the other thing. Home opener for the Lions, things that I'm going to counter that line movement theory with. Home opener for the Lions, Revenge spot for the Lions. Seahawks beat them last year 48-45 in a last-second field goal, which ultimately was mid-season, but which ultimately kept them out of the playoffs last year. Seattle went and they didn't. So they have that theory in their head. I also think that I think this Lions secondary is going to go like from last to first. Like, no, I'm not saying last to first, but they were dead last. They were the worst one of the worst defenses in the league last year, and that secondary was dead last. This year, I think they're going to. I'm not talking leaps and bounds, but I think they move into the top 15 in that secondary. Now, I'm not saying that Geno Smith is going to get ate up or anything like that, but that Lions defense they're young. They've made moves in the secondary. I know I'm being a homer here. I understand it, but I think there's I don't know if you guys, I brought this up too. Have you guys seen the ski mask thing going on for the Lions?
No.
Bro, I'm going to take this off of here for a minute. I'm just so CJ Gardner-Johnson, Lions cornerback that they got from Philadelphia in the offseason. He's called for all Lions fans, because the theory that our mantra, whatever you want to call it, we're villains. Okay, we're villains. We don't ask for your respect. We're taking it. We're villains of the NFL. We're villains. We're stealing picks in the draft. Brian Branch was a steal. He's going to compete for Rookie of the Year, and he was a second-round pick. I'm just saying it was a steal. So we're villains. Brad Holmes a villain, right? So that's the thing. So CJ Gardner-Johnson, after Thursday night's win, breaks out as old school. I can't even show you. I could show you, but just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, because this shit is hilarious. Because dude, it's let me just, mine's on order. Already ordered it. So here's what he put on Twitter. Lion TV Gardner-Johnson says he wants to see blue ski masks. These specifically, they're not even Honolulu blue. They don't even match the color on the jerseys, but whatever. Ski mask everywhere for the home opener on Sunday. We're villains, right? It's part of us. It's our culture. He says it's changing it. We're kneecap tour. Dan Campbell went out and said we were biting kneecaps off last year, remember? So now the kneecap tour consists of ski mask, biting knee mask, ski mask, and kneecaps. We're all hyped up. It's a hype up thing. So, by the way, so here's people like wearing some blue duct tape. Like, Brooke, bro, I can't afford the $8.99 mask, but I got some duct tape in the I got some painter's tape going on right here. But yeah, the ski masks are a thing, man. I'm telling you, it's a thing. The whole Ford Field is going to be covered. So every time we get a turnover, an interception, we want to break out the ski masks there. They have sold out. Amazon has sold out in the Detroit metropolitan area of these particular ski masks. They're sold out. So I have sorry.
There's
I
that
have
many
people,
Lions fans?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I have people everywhere asking, like, people in Michigan calling me going, hey, can you get ski masks in the Vegas area and just send them to me from Amazon? So I got a 10-pack coming. That should be here later today. I'm taking one and I'm sending 9 back home, folks. I do my part. But yeah, there's don't be surprised if you see family photos with us all in ski masks. Old school, 3 holes, 2 eyes and a mouth. Let's roll. Yeah, they don't ask for respect. They're taking it. Yeah, goddamn right. They are villains. It's just a great. I just thought it was. It's hard being Lions, but we've never had this kind of swagger. This kind of. I mean, in early 90s, that 91 team 1991. They went 12-4, made a playoff run, hosted a playoff game, beat the shit out of the Cowboys, lost to the Washington Redskins at the time in the NFC conference game. That's the best season we've ever had, 12-4. We had swagger then. I graduated in 1991, top of the world. Been downhill since. Now I'm reaching. Now I turned 50. Back to that mountaintop of high school. Could be a midlife crisis. We don't know. We don't care. We're rolling in the Honolulu blue drop top. Let's just roll with our ski mask on. We're taking this shit. All right, I'm done.
I've never seen so much hype for a team that hasn't won a playoff game since before I was born.
You can't hurt my feelings right now.
Because he's got his little coffee. He's good.
I do. I'm about listen, fuckers. But the Danish too. It's warmed up. It's so good.
Oh, you got that. I got a brand
All right,
new
guys.
box.
Enough with the food. I have food waiting for me upstairs.
Oh, the baby hungry?
I am
you
starving.
hungry?
Thank you very much. My dad told me that he got 2 Bojangles breakfast biscuits upstairs and Bo Rounds. So
Steve.
I'm ready to go upstairs and eat.
Listen, Bojangles is coming to Las Vegas, and I might be the only person hyped up about it because
It's Bo time. Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell it is. Like I saw the
chicken.
commercial, and I told Mandy, I'm like, Bojangles coming to Vegas, and she's like, "What is Bojangles?" And I'm like,
Bojangles, what's
"You
that?"
don't know?" I'm like, "Text Tim and Nick; they'll tell you all about it." I'm
Trust
like, I
me,
feel like I know
go
what
to.
they are.
Trust me. A 4-piece Supreme. I usually get mac and cheese, but fries are good too.
I get the fries.
With
They're
barbecue sauce and a large sweet tea with no ice. For me, that's what and
you
barbecue
The
sauce.
order. That's the order right there.
That's my go-to order.
Al-
I get that at least once or twice a week.
When they
Although I
open,
don't know how Vegas will do with sweet tea.
Yeah, I don't know about sweet tea with Vegas, but yeah.
I'm a tea guy.
Dude,
I
hold
like
on,
sweet
hold on.
tea.
In
but I
Vegas,
also like
Southern
unsweet
brewed
tea.
Hold on,
sweet
do they
tea.
call it sweet tea or iced tea over there?
Well, in the Midwest, we call it iced tea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nope. Okay, you're
We
screwed.
call it iced tea, but we're not in the Midwest. I'm in Vegas, so I don't.
In Vegas,
they do
in Vegas,
shit
do they
different.
call it sweet tea or iced tea?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, they have both. To be honest with you, depends on the restaurant you're at. See, nothing out here is nothing out here is Vegas. Like you got to realize Vegas is a melting pot. Everybody comes to Vegas. Nobody's born and bred out here. Well, my wife is, but it's very far. There's not very many people out here that are born and raised out in Vegas. Everybody's a transplant from somebody else, somewhere else. Everybody moved to Vegas. Nobody's like, her and her friends are like, they're rare. They're like, yeah, we were born and raised out here. And I'm like, well, why do you call it soda? It's pop. Like, I don't understand. We argue about this all the time.
It's soda.
It's pop. It's 100% pop. But whatever.
It's cola.
Oh God, no! God, no! That's
No,
Canada.
No,
What do you want, a liter of
The
cola?
only
Florida?
cola is Coca-Cola. Let's get this straight.
In the South, like the Texas South, I believe. I was having this conversation with my cousin at this wedding in July, and I believe he said that they call it Coke. Like you just get a Coke, and it could be Pepsi, it could be Coca-Cola, it could be you just order a Coke. Like there is no what kind of Coke would you want? Oh, I want a Pepsi. Well, that doesn't make no damn sense to me, but that's Texas, so they do shit a little different down there.
Yeah.
Let's talk some random college football for the last couple minutes here. But
Yeah.
let's
answer
NFL.
You ready? Here are the random games we'll do. Whatever they put in the chat.
All right, we're out. Well, don't
they
say
have a-
that
they
shit.
have a
Don't
bunch
say
of-
that
they have
shit
a-
because David says Eastern Michigan University.
I am on Eastern Michigan. I did bet Eastern Michigan.
LSU.
I'm on Mississippi State.
Liberty.
I'm interested in Buffalo.
Liberty, bibbity. That's where we're at.
But yeah, I'll say that I have a couple of big dogs of the week when it comes to college football. The first one is going to be Mississippi State beating LSU outright.
Oh God.
As a 10-point underdog. I like that. I like the Minnesota Golden Gophers as 7.5-point dogs outright against North Carolina. A couple big ones here, and these are small sprinkles on money lines as well. Northwestern against Duke, plus 18.5 and plus 660. Lenny, you'll like this one. Michigan State University, plus 16.5. Small sprinkle at plus 550. And then the one that'll piss everybody off that loves Mr. Sanders, be the Rams of Colorado State, plus 23.5. And I put a small sprinkle at plus 1050.
Yeah, I'm not touching that game. I'll be on
I think
USC and Oregon.
I think sometimes like I faded Buffalo, or not Buffalo, the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah,
I faded them. I didn't believe that team would be a 3.5, 4-win team. It seems that I'm wrong. They already had 2 wins after 2 games. And this Colorado State game prior to the season, I had as a 50-50 game. Not like, honestly, looking at that schedule, I was like, okay, maybe they could win that one in Colorado, like in-state matchup. It's in Colorado, not Colorado State. Big game, get hyped up, this and that. There's too much hype on that game. It's way overhyped, way overpriced. I don't believe in Colorado State enough. And
it doesn't matter how public Colorado is, they cover.
Yeah, well,
they were the most popular play.
Yeah,
the first 2 weeks of the year, and they covered both games. There's nothing I could do.
And now you done pissed Dion off.
Now he's taking every little thing personal, and
it's personal.
He's beginning to be a crybaby. I don't like him. You get 2 wins against TCU, who's overrated, and Nebraska, and all of a sudden you're a big shot. Shut up.
Those are big schools.
No. If Colorado goes and they win, or if they win against Oregon or USC,
then yeah,
different story.
Oh yeah.
Right now,
you played an overrated TCU team and a horse crap Nebraska team, and now you play Colorado State, which could be one of the worst Power 5 schools or a group of 5 schools.
Honestly,
talk to me if you beat Oregon. Talk to me if you beat USC. Then I'll be truly impressed. Till then, you guys are just a mediocre team at best, beating up on crap competition. Because TCU is not going to be good this year. I've already bet Houston this week against TCU.
Yes,
and Nebraska is terrible.
Correct.
The only one I think I really, really disagreed with you on was the Duke game. But I have Duke in a teaser at 9.5.
Yeah.
So I got it under 10, but that's my number for that. I just think Northwestern's a fucking joke.
Yeah, it could be.
That's kind of where I'm at with Northwestern, but it's a definite, something like that. I have UNC, Florida State, and Penn State, and Duke written down for teasers, like possible people that could get onto a teaser card for me. Tonight, I unfortunately, I like every favorite tonight. I don't like them necessarily to cover, but I have all 3 faves in a.
I got the one dog for tonight. I got one team I took for tonight. Tonight plus the points and money line. Hoorah! Army. So I'm on.
Like
Army.
I said, 15-point teaser. Maryland down to -9 over Virginia. UTSA at basically a pick 'em or -1 or 2, I think it is. I don't know. It's right there. And then Air Force under 3 was a key number. I got that at -2.5. Down teased over Utah State. I actually worry about that one a little bit. The Utah State Air Force game. That's the later of the 3. That's the one.
I feel like you can back both military academies tonight and be profitable.
I mean,
just like Navy last night.
Yeah, but fucking Navy, man.
Yeah, I was frustrated because
that hurt a lot of people in a lot of contests, like the monthly contest. Everybody.
I was frustrated because they had an opportunity. They were on the 15-yard line, and I had plus 460 on the money line with Navy in my back pocket, hoping to get that one home.
EQ likes Utah State tonight. Yeah, money line. That Air Force game, that's the one that bothers me. I'll probably be
Air
live.
Force is wait, is Air Force the favorite?
Air Force is a 9-point favorite.
Okay, never mind then. I was thinking of the dog. I was thinking of Army. Never mind.
Yeah.
No,
let
no
me
Air
look
Force
up the
for me.
line real quick. I mean, I'm going off of ESPN, to be honest with you. I just have it up for matchups. But we have current line is Maryland minus 14.5, UTSA minus 7.5 over Army. Yeah, and Air Force minus 9 even at minus 105.
Yeah. I see a small edge on Virginia and an edge on Army tonight, and that's it. I see no edge on that Air Force game.
I mean, then honestly, see, I think Maryland beats the shit out of Virginia. So
I think 14.5 is too many. I see 2 points of value because I had the game at a 12.5.
So if I did Maryland down under 10 in a 6-point teaser, so whatever, 8.5, Army plus 6 would be 14, and Utah State plus 6 would be 15. I might like that a little bit. I gotta play with some numbers there. Teasers are like, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I might have to hit the garage before I do that teaser. I gotta get right with my mind right. The numbers, you gotta see them coming at you, floating, and just grabbing them out of the air. Some of you would be actually, you know what? Would be a fun little. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Like I just envisioned like somehow watching, like us not doing a show per se, like talking and entertaining, doing all that, but actually capping and watching handicappers cap. Like I've had the privilege of watching certain guys, legends, really. I mean, I've watched Sean Higgs cap games. Like we've capped them together. I've capped games with you guys, like with Picks from Dave. We've done all that, like, backstage kind of cap and this, that. But if you guys saw some of the actual thought and angles and rabbit holes you will go down and climb out of and go back down another one and out of to get on a game, and I think it's awesome too when you see a collective group of everybody doing that and handicapping. I think that's good shit. I think that's fun. You guys would lose your mind if you saw how I cap sometimes. There's trees everywhere getting cut down because of how I cap football. Because I go through one of these little mini pads of paper. Three of them I go through every weekend for Saturday and Sunday football. Just because I write and then not. You know what? Wait a minute. No, let me see the note back on page 52. No, I don't like that. Fuck that team. That's how that works. But that's me. David says MSU has not played anyone. New coach this year. Last guy died. Michael Leach. What?
That was almost English.
I don't know. That's a whole hell of a lot of sentences for me to put together. I see a lot of people on that. Real quick on the MSU game. I know you like that. I get it. I don't know how they're going to show up because I don't know if it was like a free Mel t-shirts everywhere and they wanted to, like, they thought that their coach was wronged and and he's being mistreated or something like that. I don't think those players are really that in love with Mel Tucker, so I don't know if they're going to play for him. Kind of situation, or play for him not being there, whatever. But go green, go white all day, all night, outright. That's a lot. Just go green, go white outright. You're not going to have any money on it whatsoever, though. A lot of heart, no money. That's going to be it for Bet, Win, Repeat, though. I appreciate everybody stopping by. As always, Football Fridays in full effect. Nick and Tim Earl here joining us from Earl Sports Bets. Don't forget, if you want more from them, premium side, I can't tell you how many premium picks they put out. Like, just volume is the word to describe that. Lots of volume. So there's something for everybody. And pretty soon with NHL starting and NBA starting, that's just going to increase. You're going to get the NBA guru, Tim Earl. You're going to get the NHL guru, me. Oh, no, that's Nick. Oh, sorry. We're going to have a lot between everybody here. I mean, you got everything with anything. Earl Sports Bets has you covered. Use the promo code NCAAF. Save you 20% off the entire site of premium picks from Nick and Tim, Earl Sports Bets. We appreciate you. Bet Room repeats here Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Thursday nights, Bet Room repeat after dark. It's provocative. Thursday night football will be here. Till then, though, plug your little show tomorrow. Your little show.
We'll be
12-hour show you do.
We're psychopaths. It's the it's the let me get the name up so I cannot botch this. All right,
real quick, we might have to put Nathan in timeout. He just commented something so hateful. He says, "I like App State." We're gonna have to put him in straight ban. We are an anti-App State chat for this week because ECU all day.
What time is it? It's time to get ill. Stop hating on Nathan. Go ahead, Nick.
I join us tomorrow. I believe it's going to start probably 12.
Obscenely too early.
15. Yeah. For the super mega unnecessary long all day college football stream,
which I'll join for about an hour.
That's Tim. I can't believe that they call you out on that show like that. I have more screen time than you do.
You do, Lenny. By the way, Lenny, you're invited as well.
I don't mind doing shows. I don't want to.
Hold on. Our relationship is to the point where I don't need an invite.
No, you don't.
You guys don't either.
And here's the thing: you have access where you're like, I'm going to join. Click.
Yeah, I just go on and I'm like, I will sit there sometimes at night and I'll see you guys on and I'm like, I could just click that button right now. And then I'm like, because you know what happened. I'm telling Mandy, I'm like, listen, I'm going to have a beer, cap some sports with the boys. It's my version of poker night. I was telling people last night, some guys have poker night and do all this. Friday's my night to chill with my boys and like hang out and talk shit and watch sports and drink beer. Yeah. And then she's like, it doesn't happen. Don't lie to me, Leonard. You know, when she hits you with the Leonard, you're in trouble. You don't have to lie to me, Leonard. I know you're going to be on for 3 hours. Just take 6 beers and go. And I'm like, well, just give me one. No, take 6 because I'm not bringing you a beer every time you need one. That's the conversation.
That's a keeper right there. That is a keeper right there.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what, babe? You're right. I should take 6. Might as well give me that bottle of whiskey too. I'll see you tomorrow.
maybe tomorrow.
The stairs I go, and I'm in the rabbit hole. And then next thing you know, I'm making jokes with these knuckleheads. But tune in Saturdays. Obscenely. I think obscene needs to be worked into that title. Obscenely irrational, unnecessarily long, let's start at this. Greatest, obscenely, unnecessarily long college football sports show from sun up to sundown and then some.
Yeah. We've gone, I think, multiple weeks of more than 12 hours.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die last night on a 3-hour stream.
That's rookie numbers.
Yeah, rookie. I got to pump them numbers up. Hammer time. Davis also likes Rutgers. Nathan's tuning in from work. So guess what? I'm tuning in from work as well. Big waves. Georgia Southern beats Wisconsin outright.
Okay. I don't hate that. Georgia Southern did the same thing to Nebraska last year, and they were a lot bigger of dogs.
Got you. Brew Crew, yep. That's going to do it for us, though. Otherwise, we're going to sit around and we'll be on stream 4 hours from now. All right, guys, we'll take care. No, we won't. Good luck unless you're against me. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, check out Earl Sports Bets, YouTube, social medias everywhere. Get the premium plays, picksandparlays.net. We're out.